What's up, everyone? It's your boy Chris K, and on today's episode of Texas Monsters, we're going to be speaking on a Houston man who got charged with the murder of his wife, and 2 months later got charged with the murder of his 2-year-old
Nadia's
daughter.
last known location, based off of the totality of the evidence that we have, was October 16th, this past Sunday at approximately 8 p.m.
It is heartbreaking, it really is. My heart is just broken in half.
On October 8, 2022, the Houston Police Department would respond to 2 calls in the same day at the Sonesta Extended Stay Motel on Bay Area Boulevard. Police first responded around 8:30 p.m. after a dispute between Jiron Charles Lee and his wife Nancy Reed occurred. The dispute was over the custody of their 3- and 1-year-old kid. According to reports, the dispute was settled and the officers left. 2 hours later, at approximately 10:30 p.m., Lee called 911 and said that he had just choked out his wife so he could protect his kids. When the Harris County deputies arrived back on scene, they found Nancy Reed on the ground with the trauma to her neck. Responders performed CPR, but Nancy was already dead. When investigators spoke with Lee said that Nancy was choking one of the children, and Lee told officers that to protect his children, he got behind Nancy and put her in a chokehold. Lee noticed that Nancy had gone unconscious, and that's when he called 911. Lee was detained at the scene and later arrested. On October 19, 2022, Jiron Charles Lee was charged with the murder of Nancy Reed, and Lee's bond was set at $250,000. According to Nancy's family, Nancy was staying at the motel with 2 of their children to get away from Lee. The 1- and 3-year-old are now in CPS custody. During the investigation, the Houston Police Department would learn that 2-year-old Nadia Lee, another child of Lee and Nancy's, was unaccounted for and missing. The Houston police would determine that Nadia was last seen October 16th at Lee's apartment complex on South Ritchie Street in Pasadena, Texas, around 8 p.m. Police searched Lee's apartment and found DNA evidence that a crime had taken place inside. They are investigating the case as a homicide. Investigators last seen Lee on camera pushing a stroller near a dumpster for about 20 minutes. Volunteers with a Texas search group have spent days searching a 3-mile radius near the apartment, including a landfill, the Pasadena Memorial Park, and the Jackson Hills Cemetery. There has been no sight of Nadia. Nadia is one of the couple's 6 children. The other 5 children are now in CPS custody. On December 7, 2022, Lee was charged with capital murder of a person under 10 years old, his 2-year-old daughter, Nadia Lee. Lee told investigators that when he went to take the trash out one day, he went back and Nadia had gone missing. He said he didn't report Nadia missing because he thought the mother had came in and took her. According to a recent document that came out, on October 14th, Lee took Nadia out of foster care. Lee had also sent Nancy pictures of Nadia and hundreds of messages begging Nancy to get back with him. The document states the blood evidence in Lee's apartment and pictures of Nadia with injuries to her face. On October 16th, the document said Lee had done searches on the internet relating to whooping a child and how long does it take for a dead body to smell. Investigators also said that there was a Google search history such as, "Is whooping your child a sin?" And in the Bible, "Is it a sin not to spank a misbehaving child?" Reports say that there is a picture of Nadia laying face down in a Minnie Mouse bed with obvious stains around her mouth, which could be vomit and blood. Police also found a washcloth and mattress inside Lee's apartment, testing positive for blood. And court documents state that Lee has had a history of being investigated by law enforcement and CPS for child abuse and neglect. After 2 months of searching, Nadia's body still hasn't been found, and Jiron Lee's bond is now set at $1.8 million. Now this situation's sad. This guy Lee, he took the life of his child's mother, and he took the life of one of his child's. How can he do that? His 2-year-old daughter. This guy is obviously sick in the head, with the Google searches and all the red flags. He's just not right in the head. I think that Nancy was trying to get away from him and take her kids with her so they could have a better life. and she just couldn't run far enough. This Lee guy, this monster, followed her around and ended up taking her life. I pray that Nadia's family, her grandma and all them, can have peace. Hopefully this guy gets the death penalty. He still hasn't said where Nadia's body's at. And I just think that, it's a sad story. Now 5 kids are gonna not have a mother or a father. And this guy's had criminal history, child neglect, CPS called on him a couple times, and he still had a way to get his kids. I don't know how he took Nadia out of a foster home or foster care. I don't know how accurate that report is, but he shouldn't have been able to grab Nadia with the kind of background that he has. And yeah, it's a sad situation. This Lee guy, he's a coward. He wants to hurt his wife, kill his wife, and kill his daughter. I see all these monsters hurting children and women, but they wouldn't do that to a grown man. They wouldn't try to put their hands on somebody that can fight back. It just pisses me off. And he'll get what he deserves in prison. Like I said, I hope he gets the death penalty. I really appreciate everybody checking in and tuning in to the videos. I never expected the videos to get these many views or this many subscribers. I just want to keep spreading awareness and trying to keep on bringing these monsters to light so we can protect our children from this evil. And I appreciate y'all rocking with me, and I'll check y'all on the next one. Thank you.